Yeah. And I mean, you mentioned how, the if there is a silver lining here, the silver lining was all of this great content for your next special. But, I'm just wondering, was there any hesitation in sharing such a personal story?
I thought about it a little bit, about like more from an audience perspective. Like, who the fuck wants to hear about someone's balls for 45 minutes or an hour? And it's like,
only an audience of urologists. That's it.
Yeah, listen, if you have some urology conferences coming up with big budgets, let me know. I'm willing and able to do them. Like, I think my story would kill. My urologist seems to think so. He was at the taping of the special and had a great time, and is a fan for life, so to speak. But there was a hesitation from that perspective of like, who the fuck wants to hear about this for like that long? And when I read the reviews of like shows that I'd done on tour after that, like there was definitely some of that. Like people he just joked about his balls for 40 minutes. Like, and it was like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I what do you want me to talk about? And there was also a hesitation from like, do I want to talk about this for 45 minutes? Not from like a shame or anything perspective, but just from the artistic perspective of like, who the fuck cares? Like, I don't care. I've already processed it like a billion times. Now I gotta like relive the story so many times. And honestly, like I was gonna say no to this if you were not one of my cousin's friends. Like, people have asked me to do their podcast about my balls. It was like, no, I don't give a shit. I talked about it. Go watch the special kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that was the hesitation. And there's also like maybe a little hesitation from perspective of anytime you share a story like this, part of me is like, I'm being perceived as a victim, and that's not what I want to be at all. I don't feel a victim by any of this. I am very, whatever the opposite of victim is in this sense, because like, look how quickly everything happened to me. And it's just the luck of the draw sometimes that you get ball cancer. But if anything, this is like proof that I'm the opposite of victim, and how quickly this all kind of transpired and went away from me and what it turned into, And so that was a little hesitation, maybe subconsciously, but I knew I had to talk about it because A, I had nothing else to talk about. B, like, if there was any hesitation, it was just from artistic perspective of once I talk about it, I'm done talking about it,
Yeah.
Like, I don't care anymore about it. Like, and that's just with any jokes. Like, I'm just like, all right, I said it 3 times. It's funny. I know it works. Like, I don't want to do it anymore. That's just like the nature of my stand-up, at least. And then hesitation from the audience perspective. But I know I had to do it because I had nothing else to talk about for a while. And it was also a little bit like, can I do this? Like, can I make 45 minutes of stand-up from one story? And I think I was able to do that pretty well. And, learned a lot about the comedy process and myself in the process. So worth it overall.